potatoes being harvested. Oh, I hate sand. 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 What is this?
Morning, Max.
Good morning, Will.
How are you?
I'm very well, and yourself?
I'm alright, providing I've got boots in this bloody truck that's not mine.
Boots? What do you need boots for? Are you expecting rain?
It would be nice, wouldn't it?
It would.
You keeping well?
Very well. You're looking fantastic. Everyone's looking in rude health these days.
Do you think so?
Yeah. Well, you, what with your Ironmans and your...
Oh, flattering. Very flattering.
Let me shake you by the paw.
You okay?
Yeah, very well.
I should get you a Hiver's coat.
Okay. Right, so come on, Will. Tell us the background. Now, can we go first with you?
Yeah.
Because you're a very interesting individual in your own right, and this is not a time to be modest. Tell us about your background.
So personally for me, I was brought up in Lancashire, on the Lancashire Mosses. And from a really young age I thought, you know, I quite like the look of farming. We lived literally 200 yards from a farm, not from a farming background, and then got the bug really early. So that was a small 200-acre farm growing a lot of...
So just to confirm, you don't come from a farming stock. You don't have 10,000 acres tucked away
No,
top of Norfolk.
No, that would be nice. So no, I've got no issues with inheritance problems, so which could be a benefit.
No, but the reason for saying that is that we need more people like you being attracted into the sector. So somewhere along the line, you have that magic dust of I'm curious about farming. I want to get into farming, and here you are.
Yeah, and for me, it gives you that little bit more drive because you don't have a farm to fall back onto. And from a young age, you think, okay, if I want to make a lifestyle of this, I've got to get stuck in.
Yep.
To quickly realise that Lancashire was a little bit smaller for me. I'm keen to get away from home. At that point I went to universities and then landed in East Anglia, which was excuse me, on a large cereal farm just outside Fincham.
Yeah.
And then the bug came into me to get into veg, so in early 2000s went to Greens of Soham. So yeah, been at Greens for over 20 years, came through the business pretty well, and just carried on with potatoes, beetroot, and in a great position now where running the business.
And I was thinking about it on the ride up here. There's some businesses that will take a view that their futures within their existing team, grow your own. And to me, Greens of Soham have been the epitome of that, because they have grown your own with yourself and your colleagues.
Yeah, so certainly with talent, for me, the business is only as good as the staff you employ.
Yep.
I'm very much like to bring people through the business.
Yep.
See the potential.
And in bigging you up, you're a case in point.
Yeah.
You started off, and now you're an MD of the business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's good. So, you know, it's giving them the opportunity. Okay, so you're operating a tractor. He's actually really, or she's really good at that. Where can we go to? And it's a case of not pushing them too fast.
Yeah.
And then really supporting them with training, experience, and go from there. So.
Yeah. Here's the big question: do you enjoy your job?
I do, every day. Stresses as it comes, but actually, days like today when you're in the field looking at crops, it's, you know, it makes you think, where else would you want to be?
Yeah.
It's a great place to be.
Yeah, rather than driving a desk. No offense. I always pick on accountants. No, because we all need accountants. But no offense to accountants. I don't see you being sat at a desk pushing Excel spreadsheets around.
Well, it is. A lot of my job is desk space.
Yeah.
Your business needs to be in good nick. So we've got some really good finance people that support the business, but still it's that.
Again, apologies to all accountants. I wasn't picking use an example.
Yeah, it's one team, isn't it? But the focus a lot is how's the business running, and actually where are the opportunities? Where can we go to? Because I think we have to keep on developing. We can't sit still.
So I just want to hammer home this point that you did not come from a farming background, and now look at you. You're managing director of one of the most progressive vegetable businesses in the UK, and you were given that opportunity because of the business and because of your curiosity towards the sector.
Yeah, it's come through hard work as well, and everyone makes mistakes. So how do you learn from the mistake and not put it into practice again? And how do you share that knowledge with the people? The important piece for us as well as Greens is relationship. The estate we're sat on now, it's been a long time relationship we've had with the landlord. How do we invest in water? What rotation? How can we invest in nutrition? So it's really built on relationship.
So that's a symbiotic relationship, partnership, collaboration. That you've got. Yeah,
and it works well because we don't own any land in UK. In Poland, Romania, yes, we have more secure land, but UK is very much just landlord leasing, long-term rentals, contract farming on a good rotation.
And that would only work if you had that relationship with those with those partner companies, because presumably if you were doing a bad job, they would say thank you, not for the next years.
It's similar to customers. You're only as good as yesterday's load. Which is a bit brutal, but actually it keeps us in the right place, keeps the mentality right. We can't afford to let customers down, same as we can't afford to let farmers down who own the land. It's about understanding, how do we put potatoes into their rotation? How do we improve soils? What's the following crop harvest dates? How do we support them with irrigation? It's the bigger piece that we do together.
And just go back a bit. We talked about you.
We were.
And we skimmed over Greens of Soham. But can you just tell us about Greens of Soham? Because that's got a very interesting background in the respect of how it's formed, where it is today, and also where it's going. Take us away.
So Greens, it's a bit of a quieter business. We go under the radar a bit. Sometimes that's purposely because we don't want to be banging the drum about it. But it's a good solid business, been here since the 60s. John and Andrew started it back then. Very focused around the Fenland area, and specialised then into beetroot potatoes, and we were doing a lot into leafy salads. In the late 80s, 90s, we pulled away from leafy salads, and John Shropshire and his business took that forward and done a fantastic job. We then focused more on to, let's keep with potatoes, focus a lot on generating growing good seed, put that into a crop, and then we can follow that through to customers. We then set up the supply chain business as Spearhead Marketing. So quickly we understood we can't grow enough potatoes, put too much competition. So why don't we work with third-party growers, support them with technical, support them with operational, and then deliver those spuds into the marketplace. And we've grown. We fluctuate a little bit depending on where the market is. So today we're growing 1,500 hectares of our own potatoes.
Wow.
A lot of them are salads, but also focused a lot onto processing the main crop.
So it's interesting, that philosophy of rather than be jack of all trades, be niche in the sector, look to crowd it, and be niche in that sector. I'm going to swear, do a bloody good job at it.
Yes. We can't afford to do anything bad. Farming, it brings the bad areas out, but how do you deal with it? And again, how do you learn from that and make sure you don't fall down the same holes next year? For us, salad potatoes, seed potatoes, mini tuber production up in Scotland, we can control our own seed. We've got the destiny of that. And again, we support third party and breeders as well in multiplying seed up for those guys. And also the side of the business we haven't spoken about is the beetroot business. So we're 850 hectares of beetroot.
Wow.
Supplying, 60-70% of the UK market. Great business.
A real superfood.
It is, although there aren't enough young people eating it. That's the challenge we have. It's how do we put it into the marketplace so people want to buy it and the youngsters want to buy it.
Okay, so you've got an understanding as to how the business has formed, where it is today, without revealing too many details. The 5-year, 10-year, oh my God, the 20-year plan. What's your thoughts? What's this all going to look like?
Well, the focus in the early 2000s was how do we move into Europe. So we ended up in Poland with 55,000 hectares of land that we farm out there. We then had Czech Republic and then Slovakia, and now Romania still. So we were at 80,000 hectares across Europe working under Spearhead International. That's now rebranded as Top Farms Group.
Okay.
UK still Greens of Soham. And out in Europe at the minute, between Poland and Romania, we're about 50,000 hectares.
Wow.
A lot of livestock, dairy cows,
Okay.
cereals, potatoes. So how long that's going to continue for, we're not sure, because it's government land, and at some stage I guess they may want to get that back.
Yeah.
But my focus is UK.
Okay.
And it's building good relationships with customers, with growers, and also with landlords to see where we can go to.
Yeah.
If opportunities come for us to increase and accelerate, I'll always look at it, and we're interested in it. What I don't want to do is push the business into a growth phase which doesn't match the industry.
Not sustainable. We've all seen businesses like that.
And we had that when we were farming in Sussex. You know, we were pushing too much product into the marketplace.
Okay.
So I'd like to. It's balancing around where's the sweet spot, but obviously then where's the opportunities coming.
Yeah.
And the beetroot business is an example of that. We were 500 hectares, we're now 8.
Yeah.
Because the opportunity came for us to increase that and accelerate. So.
Yeah.
And it serves as well. So if the same opportunity comes on potatoes, absolutely look at it.
Yeah. Yeah. And here comes the sustainability, carbon neutrality, the environment, water. This is a beautiful crop, but it takes a lot of water. What concerns? Are you optimistic about that? Are you working towards it? Is it a problem that you're positively looking to solve, that whole conundrum?
Yeah, definitely concerned, worried. We seem to be having more extreme cycles. You know, the crop we're studying now will have had 9 irrigation passes already.
Wow.
And we've probably got the ability for another 3, possibly 4 when we're out.
Yeah.
So it's all off reservoir water here. So it's, you know, how can we support the landlords in investing in new reservoirs?
Yeah.
How can they invest in new networks to move water around the county?
Yeah.
I'm always looking at simplifying it, which is really difficult to do with some of these industries, whether it's environment agencies or other people, to, you know, practically we have a lot of water in the winter which no one can handle. How can we get hold of that and utilise it in the summer?
Yeah. Okay.
Because the challenge, you know, you grow a fantastic crop, and to have the last 2 irrigation passes taken away from you because you're out of water and see the crop fizzle away,
you know,
that's no good for us.
When just to reiterate, you knew in the winter that water was there, but there just wasn't the mechanism, or there was.
But huge investments, Max. To invest in that sort of infrastructure is massive. So it's that's a 5-year, 20-year plan to put that into place. So it's that commitment that we need in place with.
And you probably can't say it, but I can. This is feeding the nation, and so it is imperative that we create that system for the long term. Correct. That you've got the tools, whether that be labour, machinery, or water, to be able to grow this crop. To #feed the nation.
Correct. It is. The realisation of where the seasons are as well. It's how do we communicate that to consumers, to supermarkets, to customers. You know, in time, it's okay. This is the problem that's coming at us in 6 months, 12 months, 2 years. Without the crying wolf element of it.
Well done.
I think farmers have been, ourselves included, guilty of just, you know, it's always doom and gloom. And there is doom and gloom. It's putting it into a measured sort of discussion rather than panic.
And your tenure within your role and your education backwards, I always think you can tell a lot from history, and you've seen all of these various cycles. Are you optimistic about the future from what you've seen previously and what you're picking up intelligence? Are you optimistic about the future, about this sector?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, my son is now apprentice for our business.
Is he?
So he's at Eastern College in Norwich, and he's also apprentice with Greens. And he loves farming. You know, I look at him and think, okay, it's very similar to how I was. He's got the passion, and I can see the drive in him. So, absolutely encourage people to come in. We have to eat. How do we farm and have the right regen approach to it? So, you know, it's all about rotation. It's all about other crops as well as spuds. Potatoes, we know, is hard on the land. For 6 years, we've been working with different methods on how to plant potatoes. Let's not move the soil, let's go shallower. What do we do with the stone? Let's supply nutrition better, let's supply water better. But ultimately, we need yields to go up as well. This whole thing around, we just had a trial down at Groundswell last week with Burgess, and great, we did it without ploughing, we did it without subsoiling, ridging. But actually, it's going to be 50% yield there. So we can do it without moving soil, but we don't want to have to go and plant double the area in the UK. It's the wrong thing to do.
It's finding that happy medium.
Well, and it's the common sense piece. So,
but I knew this anyway. But what excites me is that you're looking at it, that you're doing the day to day, but you're also looking positively towards the future.
Yes.
And that a really good example with Burgess at the Groundswell event last week. You're very curious about that. You're proactive about it.
And we have to be. I mean, a lot of our customers are working massively hard on it. So again, we're supporting them and learning from them as well.
Yeah.
In Poland, we can play a little bit more because we control the rotation. So we can do more around cultivations. We can do more around nutrition, trying to increase organic matter, soil health. Yeah. It's harder for us here in the UK because we're only in this field this year, and then again in 7 years' time.
Yeah. Okay.
So how do we support the farmers, landlords with that sort of project?
And coming back to me and everyone dialed in, collaborations, my word of the decade. How can we help you? Everyone dialed in, whether it be in the sector or voyeuristically looking in from government or just a general consumer. How can we help you, Will? How can we help you and your colleagues at Greens of Soham? Yeah,
it's a good question. I think the sector, and this touches on CUPGRA a bit. We're going to keep introducing new varieties, and we're going to keep getting new strains of blight, and we're going to get aphid infections and everything else. So how do we keep research at the point where we're all learning from it, and the right people doing the research independently and delivering that back either through agronomists to the farmer or directly to farmer? Government level, as far as common sense, if we have a problem there and we have a problem here, but they both could complement each other, what do we need to do to put common sense in place? So farmers, I think they're always willing to invest. They're always willing, we're the optimists. Next year will be better than this year.
Long term.
It is long term. But everybody's very short term. Bigger grant projects are really difficult to get. The paperwork you go through to try and justify it and then win or not win, it's painful. But long term, sitting around the table and actually going through what are the problems, labour, staffing, attracting good people into industry is essential. Far too many years farming's never been discussed in school, still isn't. So what is it about ag that wants to attract the next generations to come on and push it further and just keep on going? So everything that's out there on social media is attracting a new audience. It's great. But actually, when they come into work, it's the old philosophy of 100 hours a week, all summer, no breaks. They're gone. People don't want that. It's about keeping families happy as well as individuals. So I think there's a lot of, and we've moved a long way in the last 10 years, but we've got further to go.
And if there were, say, specific politicians who wanted a bit of a masterclass in this sector of potatoes, presumably, and putting words in your mouth, you'd be okay to host them, to just so they on that basis of we all need to engage.
Okay, absolutely, and we assume sometimes they've got time to listen or they understand what it is they're listening to, where often it's not. So how do you get them into a real life problem and say, look, this is what we're facing, this is how we can, because life is about solutions. All our customers want solutions. Everyone we work with wants a solution. Don't just deliver a problem. So how do we work through it together? And it's not always going to involve them getting a checkbook out and shoving it to you. It's about shared risks, shared opportunities.
Collaboration. Really, what a masterclass. What's your favourite fresh produce?
Oh, difficult that. I'd say a beetroot potato salad.
Damn, I thought you were going to say avocado.
No way. Too much water involved in that.
Well done. So we'll just talk to us about this crop. What is this? What's the variety? What's it destined for, and market wise?
So this is salad potato variety, destined for one of our main salad retailers. We've got a variety called Pia here, which is an old variety, which historically has been very good, but there's better, newer varieties available now. For us, it's all about tuber numbers. How do we maximise tuber numbers to get the right size product? So it's all about crop health, crop nutrition. A lot of this we're growing hydroponically, just the way we are for 1 year's farming. So it needs the right nutrition. We don't want to give it too much that it just keeps on powering through. But we're after a 46, 47 mil top end with a smaller fractions in the crop as well.
For those dialed in, Will, that aren't fully aware, growing potatoes is a very complex crop. It's not just the the large-scale kit, you're in some ways you're scientists, you're agronomists, you're soothsayers, trying to predict what's going to happen with the weather and the crop.
Yeah, we're almost like a doctor. We want to give the crop exactly what it needs, not too much, not too little.
Yeah.
Water's a massive ingredient, but actually it's the work that we're doing in the winter.
Yeah.
It's the soil structure, it's the nutrition into the crop, so it's up out the ground fast.
Yeah.
And then combining that with the right time of year,
Yeah.
not pushing it too much. So yeah, it's little doses of jollop. That's
Yeah.
what it needs in order to perform and then deliver.
And the end market for this crop?
So these will go into most likely Waitrose or Sainsbury's.
Okay.
So they'll be on the shelves in November, December time.
Wow. Okay.
So you've got Nick here.
Okay.
And you've got Donna, who you've been talking to.
Ah, fantastic. All right, guys, you ready? Did you see him posing?
Donna, nice to meet you.
Max? Hi, Nick.
You okay?
Yep.
Come on, Donna, Nick, I need you out here.
Oh, I don't think I can be in.
Why not?
Donna's.
Yeah, you've got no choice with Max.
Okay.
We need to go
Do
further
you
down
want
that
your bib on
road.
or off? Now he's happy. Can you squeeze it alongside?
Yep.
But Nick, you're going to get down because he looked too tall. No. Hey, Donna, come in a bit. Okay. Right, again. Well, you're not helping by laughing.
I'm trying to make them giggle or smile.
Oh, that's my job. That's what you do within this company, and Will was just said off camera why it's so important. Time not to be modest. What do you do?
So officially, I look after HR, payroll,
Yep.
a few admin bits. But as with the nature of farming, it's a very diverse role. We never know what's going to happen. Keeping people safe
Yep.
is my priority. Making sure that we're compliant. Obviously, mental health is a good
Well done.
passion of
Brilliant.
mine.
Yeah.
I'm a mental health first aider and a mental health first aider trainer.
Yeah. Wow,
So-
you do everything. That's brilliant.
Well, I do. I'm, passionate because I can see how stressful and how tough it is
Yeah.
for these guys. And I'm really passionate about helping them, supporting them, being that person that can,
Yep.
whether it's spotting their weak spots and, saying, okay, I can help you with this or I can do that for you. But
And Donna, what I really like about this is, we just said to Will earlier, you guys are it is a bit being jingoistic, but it's very true. You're feeding the nation, and to have that support network to help these guys. Do you have a farming background?
no. So
Okay.
I'm from biotech, so this was totally new to me 9 years ago.
That makes sense.
But yeah, I appreciate I'm not doing any growing, I'm not doing any farming, I'm not making any money for the business, it's these guys.
Yeah,
so.
but she,
All helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, she's underselling herself, surely. At this point, because back in our day, Will, do you remember when we didn't have this sort of support out there? To have that sort of support that you offer is going to help the business. It's giving the business a better foundation to make sure that these guys are doing what they're going to do and grow fantastic cropping.
Yeah, and that's the aim. That's the priority.
Okay, thank you. So, Nick, you're two great lads here. You and I both know what they're doing, but just explain to everyone dialed in who might not know what operation is happening here.
So we've flailed the crop
Yep.
to stop it growing. We've now got potato harvester coming through, lifting the crop into boxes. This is a Grimmy Select, made up of a multi-set system and then a picking staff on the back. So we have grading staff picking off waste, whether that's a few stones and clods. And then, we put them in boxes, and then these boxes will go off to the factory today, and they'll go straight into the supermarket. So we run pretty much every day from.
You walk us where you're going to go. Keep walking.
So we run pretty much 6 days a week, all the way through from end of June till the end of October, and we're customer specific, so we're reactive and we do exactly what the customer wants on the day.
So tell me, so you'll get an order online stating we need X, Y, Z, and you'll then deliver on the back of that?
Yeah, so we'll get the order usually 2 days before, 48 hours in advance, and then these guys will react and will harvest when needed. So it's a pretty big beast, and these potatoes go all across the UK, so we have early lifting, we have late lifting, depending on when the that customers want things to be delivered.
Nick, I quite often use this expression that within fresh produce, it's basically a game of 4D chess. You've got multiple fields, multiple customers, multiple crops, weather, labour, machinery, and so I imagine when you wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, you're going, right, new game, clear the deck, off we go again.
Yeah, it's a bit of a big thing to manage, and you have to be pretty reactive and have really good people around us. The key for us is staff. We run sort of a pretty experienced group of guys and girls now, and they really do help us out on the way. Okay,
but presumably, is that one of your main jobs? Is that, I'm going to put words in your mouth, is that one of the things you're mostly proud of with your team?
Yeah, so staffing's big to me. I like dealing with good people who've got the right attitude. I don't go on experience, but it's all about sort of attitude and wanting to learn and move forward and progression. And if they've got all those things, we can teach them anything. And so a lot of these guys have come from apprenticeships and have been with us a lot of years, so it's really pleasing to see.
Okay, and your background?
So I did A-levels and then travelled to New Zealand to Australia. Didn't fancy university. And then went contracting a little bit. Came to these guys as a tractor driver about 10 years ago now. And then I've just worked my way through.
So not dissimilar to Will. Will did exactly that. He came in.
Yeah, so it's one really good thing about this business is that we push people through if they want to go. And it's not on a CV. Obviously a CV matters, but it's not everything about that.
Well said. The worst thing in life, I think, is a CV. A CV is just like 2 pages of paper, and it doesn't describe the person in front of you. Well, so if you meet the person in front of you, you'll know, especially as a leader, as to, well, this individual's going to fit in with that team, or I can see if I put this amount of training into them, that they'll be able to do that. I just need to take a punt, take a risk. And presumably you're getting even better at that because you know what works. You've done that before, and your experience is building up your repertoire in the respect of leading people.
Yeah, absolutely. And I sort of call them the dark sheep. I like the person who doesn't quite fit the mould, and get them up to a level which is really good. So that's always quite rewarding. It doesn't happen overnight, but it's sort of a longer term goal, I suppose.
Do you enjoy your job?
Yeah, I love it. It's there's a lot of hours and there's a fair amount of stress, but you have to enjoy what you're doing and being outside, and we get to work in an amazing environment, and it's brilliant.
So I can't tempt you with a desk job in central London with an hour and a half commute either way, and a pret-a-manger sandwich costing £12 and
the salary would have to be pretty impressive. But no, it's all about enjoyment, and there's a lot of people who live for the weekend, and we rarely do that. So.
And do you have that feeling that you and your team and the business is doing good because you are feeding the nation? Do you have that feeling as well?
Yeah, I think so. You have your moments where you question it, when it's all going wrong and it's a bit of a challenge. But we're proud of what we do, and we do get it wrong occasionally, but we try to rectify those things and be as open and honest as we can and produce a good product. And
I asked Will, in respect of collaboration, sometimes I feel that you as a business and you as individuals, it can be quite a lonely role, and I'm not talking about mental health because we just covered that off, but in the respect of farming, people dialed in, whether they be politicians or the consumers or retailers, what more would you want from them to make your role for Greens of Soham easier so that you can feed the nation? What would make your role for the business easier?
I think a bit of sort of respect and understanding of what we're doing. I think at times there's a lot of work that goes on out in these fields, and we're here on a beautiful sunny day, but sometimes it's pretty grim. And it can be very early in the morning and late nights, and a bit of appreciation wouldn't go amiss at times. A thank you goes a long way, I've always thought. And so a bit more of that in the future would be great.
Well, listen, from all of us dialed in and from all the team at CUPGRA, thank you to your team, because you're feeding the nation.
No, thank you.
Thank you. 6 farms like this, like Dyson, like Cockerell's, and so rather than trying to bring it into the conversation, we're just going to ask direct and see what happens. So Nick, are you ready? You go for the first question for Will.
What benefits do you get from being a member of CUPGRA?
Yep. So it's interesting. The history of Greens and CUPGRA. John Green and Andrew Green very much were the force behind.
Can I just say you read that really well?
I'm going to carry that on.
He's like a school teacher, isn't he?
Yeah, carry on.
Or you're just trying to take him off the stride.
Go on.
So John and Andrew Green invested in it early doors because we recognise as Greens as a business, we need research, we need independent research.
Yeah.
And certainly at that point, we couldn't access the scientists, we couldn't access what's going on in America and other parts of the world. So I think how it started and where it is today still is very much what the industry needs.
Yeah.
What do we get from CUPGRA? There's a huge amount of work that's been done. I think it's important that we don't forget what's been done and try and reinvent it again, because we think something's new. So the work on scab, irrigation scheduling, how a crop reacts to different nutrition, how it behaves with organic matters. The little nichenesses that we all need in order to have the incremental jumps in yield and quality. CUPGRA are well placed to deliver that. You really need to be tuned in and asking them the right questions and listening to the answers, because they are scientists and we are farmers. So ask the second question. If you don't understand it, go again. So I think the position well, they're going through a transition themselves. A lot of the old guard have gone. For me, I'd love to see more farmers there. The conference is great, but it's very much industry.
A number of people say that.
So how do we get more farmers on board, attending, listening? Because I think CUPGRA, they will do what the industry requires. We haven't got HDB anymore. So to have a strong non-sponsored event who can do independent research, I think is still very important.
Nick, would you like to go to the conference?
I enjoy it for a day, but it's quite science heavy.
Yeah, so
it can be quite tiring.
Science heavy's fine. But I think it's got to be in chunks. And pick the time of day you're doing a conference. If you're doing it after a big meal, you've had it, the audience has gone.
But actually it's a really good point, because let's just assume they've got the science element nailed. We need to get more Nicks in. Sorry, Nicks, for commoditising you. And so we've got to. So what would you like to see at the conference over and above the great science stuff? What would you like to see that would be attractive to you to come in?
I think similar to Will, so it's a lot more farm based. So it's actual in-field trials commercially. And they did some quite interesting work on presentations from farms Holcombe in the past, which are quite interesting. It's the way we're going to learn from each other. Farmers are great at hiding the detail, and actually by sharing it we could improve altogether.
I've learned a new thing. Farmers are great at hiding the detail. Okay.
But what science should do to us, it should remove the extremes which are affecting, because the amount of trials we do, and you think, okay, it was cold or it was wet, it was dry, and it almost derails the trial. So if you can remove all of those and just look at actually did that trial for that scab control work.
So are you doing anything differently with what you both have learned from CUPGRA?
Greens as a business, absolutely 100%. The irrigation scheduling was a massive one, and I know Mark Stalin was very much pushing that, and it's landed well. How do we apply water? What's the best benefit to crop? The work we've done in the past around scab control, understanding how different varieties growing, uptake of nutrition, radiation. The big one is how do we hit the 100 tonne a hectare? How do you get into that club? We know it can be done. The open days that CUPGRA have demonstrates a perfectly grown crop is capable of doing it. And they'll say this year, I'd imagine, with the amount of radiation we've had, we all could have done 100 tonne a hectare. So what is it that we're doing? As soon as we close the gate on the field planted, I forget the stats, 50% of the yield is set. So it's the educational piece, but how do you land it to the farmer, to the grower, in a way that it's going to hit the ground and be taken seriously? The study tours they do are great. I've been to Washington States with them. Great to be with like-minded people, firstly. Have a great time, secondly. But actually learning from different parts of the world about what they do, how they do it. Always jealousy around what products they can still use. The customers that are supplying, the quality of the products, compared to UK market is leading as far as it has to look fantastic. and we're not allowed to do it with many active ingredients. So you come away from it jealous, but you actually come away from it learning.
Okay, fantastic answer. Nick, have you done anything differently farming wise that you've learned from CUPGRA, please?
So it's probably more down to nutrition and learning rather than just base fertiliser the whole lot all the same. We farm about 1,200 hectares in East Anglia on different soil types, and almost matching things differently and then tweaking it along the way. Fertiliser a couple of years ago was our biggest cost, and so we tried desperately to try and reduce it, but finding that happy medium and then working with agronomists and facts advisors it's probably worked quite well.
Okay, being optimistic, you're both happy, positive about your involvement with the CUPGRA organisation?
Yeah, we support it. Definitely want to be part of it. At a point, Greens should be more involved. I think we dipped off recently, but we want to be involved and delivering rather than just being a bystander in the back of the room. So,
well done.
The challenge for us is because we're spread out geographically so much. What particular project would we like to work on, and how could CUPGRA support that?
Okay.
And actually, is the work already been done? So what we're trying to understand may be in the archives.
Well done. Sometimes the answer's always in the past. Okay. And just to conclude, to create more events, whether that be in farm, but also at conference, to get you and your cohort in. So that could, my word of the day, jingoistic. You're the next generation. He and I are going to peel off to the golf course or the what's his thing? Squash, tennis.
I can't tell you.
Auctions. Okay, but we need to create more traction for you to be involved with CUPGRA as well.
Yeah, absolutely. There's some brilliant young people involved in the potato sector. It's just bringing them all together.
Yeah.
Getting them excited about the future.
Yeah. Well done, team. Thank you. Green seed, tell us.
So UK business comes under Greens of Soham. You've got Green Seed International, which is the arm where we do all the specialist potatoes, salad seed, main crop and processing growing. That's up in Northumberland, Pro Seed mini tubers, and then down in East Anglia where we are today, hence the Green Seed East Anglia. Greens Farming is the other sister, which we spoke about, where it does all the beetroot, used to do onions, and then Spearhead Marketing is the supply chain for all of the processing spuds into the crisping factories.
Potatoes. What's your favourite fresh produce? Go.
Potatoes.
Quite like broccoli.
Oh my God! Right.
Honestly.
The disciplinary hearing starts.
What's your favourite potato?
Oh, well done.
Variety.
Early season Marispear.
Oh really? Mine's an Enorma.
How would he have it?
Yeah, how would you have it?
Boiled butter, a few herbs, cheeky.
Yes, okay.
Did he say cheeky?
Yeah, a lot of butter. And if you're going to roast, how do you roast it?
Duck fat.
If you so if you roast potatoes, what variety would you pick?
Probably Piper.
Why?
Old school.
This is the problem. Everyone wants Piper.
This is the definition of a potato farming domestic that we're just having here.
I like a Lenormand. That's my favourite. It's very versatile.
That we don't grow now.
No.
Team,
I quite like a Venezia. Yeah.
I have a dream. I know people have done this. Imagine having a chef here now.
Yes.
And just stopping the team for 10 minutes and like a salad potatoes. Can you just now put the ones they just harvest, quick wash, and a bloke with a white hat.
Yeah, it's good.
Should we do that?
We'll do it next year at Groundswell.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the plan.
Okay.
Yeah, we have.
And he did it last year here with Mr. Carey, didn't he?
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Was he a good cook?
I don't know, he didn't cook anything. Disappointing. We only went for lunch.
Chap, you had one job. You come here. Well done. Lovely spuddy waddies. I've got to ask you the question, do you like spuds?
Yeah.
Thank the Lord.